from Olympia, Washington. You're listening to KAOS 89.3 Olympia, and this is Low Profile. I'm Mark Lee Morrison. I'm here with James Maeda, and we just listened to the playback of the concert from July 3rd, 2022, featuring James here sitting next to me and the great Michael Hurley. James, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing out there in Radio Land?
So, you're going to play a bunch of songs here that have never been recorded or released, basically.
Yeah. I guess they got recorded at the show.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
premiere stuff. But you've been playing in bands in Olympia forever. You grew up here, right?
Yeah. I moved here. I actually grew up in Hawaii, but I've lived here since the early '90s, and I always played in these rock and roll bands since I was a teenager. But I always played kind of like acoustic music late at night with my friends, and I still do. And I guess I got talked into playing a couple of shows recently, and my good buddy Michael Hurley has come to town a couple times and played a couple shows with me recently, and so that's been really great and stuff. Real cool stuff.
Well, I love Michael Hurley, but just in case the listener doesn't have any frame of reference, so pretend I'm someone who's never heard of Michael Hurley or knows what he's all about. Can you break that down real quick?
Oh, it's so hard to explain.
Right.
There's a lot of things written about him over the years.
Well, I painted design on the sign for you, mister. I painted design pretty good. I painted a white horse for a fine breathing dragon. I painted design on your wagon.
He has a million records. He recorded for Folkways in the 60s. He just put out a really great record called Time of the Foxgloves. It's pretty amazing, He's 80 years old right now, and really just killing it.
Really gifted guitar player too.
Definitely, very distinctive player.
He gets a little bit surreal. He gets a little bit goofy.
Yeah, he's a very prolific comic book artist as well, and not many people have seen the extent of his work. He was drawing comics even in the 50s.
Including
pretty amazing.
myself. I'm so interested in his comics, but I really haven't seen very much, except for the ones that he sticks inside his albums sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
super cool.
Yeah. Well, James, thanks for showing up to that show when I couldn't. That was really special. Jack Habegger is hosting this episode because me and my family had COVID that weekend. Worst possible weekend for me to...
So did Zach Cale, who was supposed to play, and he got on the show the next week with Lavender Country.
Yeah, so those of you who weren't able to attend any of these, you'll hear Zachary Cale, who is supposed to be on this week's show next week.
Awesome.
Yeah. But now we're going to listen to you, James.
Awesome. I hope you dig it. Hello. How are you folks? Thanks for coming. Sad our friend Zach couldn't make it today, but he got stuck in New York with the vid. But he's playing next week with Lavender Country, so that's cool. You should see him. He's a really great musician, person, or whatever. But you're stuck with me now. Anyhow, I'll play you some songs I wrote, I guess. We'll see how it goes. All right. And we're very lucky to have Michael Hurley here today. It's the best, the greatest ever. All right. Subject you to some stuff. Song's called View from a Sleeve. my fill and I try to pay my bill, playing music with the band, chasing after all those times yet to come, where the better ones meet the bad. Watching it rain from the window of a train in the snow-topped mountains that we passed. From the coastlines to the outer city sprawl, boats in the harbor pulling lines of what they haul. Down in the gravel and the clay with the reeds, in the groves when their leaves have left. To all the ones that are searching but can't see, and to the few that'll take the best, two on a light, but the third one might be gone. You can play me a new tune when your words have come. I'm watching the people and the buildings scratching the sky, walk another road until it ends. When does an evening turn to the dead of the night? When does your sweetheart become only a friend? A view from a sleeve that a heart is leaving now. I wanna believe, still you're left with doubts. Thank you. This song's called The Wilderness of Mirrors, which is a T.S. Eliot thing, but I actually heard it on a British crime show where a detective talks about the wilderness of mirrors, and I liked it a lot. But then there's a band, a popular band, unlike myself, that is making a record called The Wilderness of Mirrors. So you heard it here first. I guess you heard it from T.S. Eliot or the crime show first. But anyhow, it goes like this. Oh, and the first line is a reference to this amazing movie called Song of Granite that's about this Irish a cappella singer named Joe Heaney that lived in Seattle later in his life. And he worked his whole life to sing like these a cappella songs like the Galway Shawl on the Rocks of Bon and stuff like that. So the first line's a reference to it, I guess. Anyhow, it goes like this. Strong as the rocks of Bon, same chords and different songs. Somehow temptation has its way. Trying to figure out the solitude of duty, the understanding in a tryst, the blinding light of beauty that surrounds all around. But that old water wheel don't care about how you feel in the wilderness of mirrors. stop crying, 'cause there's no answers that I could find. Fill a shell with water and the ocean disappears. Pour the water out and you're faced with all your fears. You're faced with all your fears. Thank you. This song's called Paint Me a Picture. What if competition didn't exist? And the only value was in feeling. All the lives gone by that we missed. Did they even happen if we didn't meet them? Maybe the point is only that we all lived. And maybe there ain't no point at all. And did this world even exist? The hardest part is letting go. So paint me a world with your words, for us to have and to lose in time. Reaffirm all that you've heard. Bring it back for me to try. What side of the window are you on? I'm lost in the reflection of it all. Maybe there ain't no upper and no lower hand. Does the new view pain you at all? Paint me a picture with your words. Those endless landscapes sure look fine. But everything leaves and nothing stays. See the things they left behind. Paint me a picture with your words, for us to have and to hold. And did this world even exist? The hardest part is the letting go. Thank you. All right, this is the last one, I suppose. It's called The Light. I wrote this song for Sarah to sing, but there's been no practice, so we'll see what happens. Just sit down on that chair.
Oh, sit on that one? Do you want this one?
No, just sit down there. I'll just sing without a mic. Just whiskey.
Do you want me to switch over so you get the...
No, I'm plugged in.
Okay. it's a little slower than we practiced.
Oh, I'll do it faster.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm a geek. What can I do? All right, here we go.
I remember the light as I walked by out by your house. We looked at the sky. We laid on your lawn, looking at the beyond. The night went on and on and on, caught up in the breeze. Nighttime always leaves, swimming in the seas till we meet again. Here's one in for four, and a couple more chords, one more for the road after you leave. I don't really mind feeling lonesome all the time. Lately I've been trying pretty hard to believe. Here's one in for four, and a couple more chords, and one more for the road after you leave.
You want to play a Maury or something? No? Nothing? All right. There we go. All right, thanks for listening. I think they might do some Q&A with me and Mr. Hurley. But I'm very excited to see Michael Hurley play. It's always the greatest thing ever. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Give a hand to Sarah. Cool.
We just heard James Maeda's set from Scherler Sundays. This is Low Profile, and I'm Mark Lee Morrison. We're about to hear Jack Habegger's interview with James and Michael Hurley, who's going to be performing. You're going to hear excerpts from his set after the interview here. If you'd like to hear the entire show, including all of James's songs and all of Michael Hurley's songs, you can find a link to that on this episode's website at lowprofilepodcast.com. And now, the rest of the show.
First, we'd just like to thank everyone for coming, and of course to welcome Michael Hurley to the stage. And James, you had an amazing opening set, so I think first we're just gonna all talk a little bit here, if that's all right with you guys. I think I'm gonna start with a question for James. This comes from Sarah. Sarah wanted me to ask you about Strange and their influence on your music, on the influence of Strange.
That's a really weird question. So between the garage band boom and the punk movement in Olympia, it was desolate for a lot of years, and there were only places to play like Skateland and stuff. And there was a teen band called Strange in the 70s in Olympia that I'm obsessed with. And they made a record called the Souvenir Album. And it's been reissued now. It's a very expensive record. It's like a $3,000 record. They made 100 copies of it, and there's probably 5 copies left or something. But anyhow, one time I donated 3 copies to Goodwill. It's like 25 years ago. So the main person in that band, his name is DC, and he's amazing. He basically, I became friends with him because I tried to track down every member of that band because I was obsessed with that record, a long time ago. And I tracked him down, and we became really good friends. And then early pandemic, we were sending each other some stuff in the mail, just mail. We were mailing each other stuff. And he recorded, when his band broke up in 1979, he sat in his house with his little kid, infant, and he recorded the 33 favorite songs he had written in his life for himself, for no one to hear. And he sent that to me, and I was so inspired by it. It's this amazing music no one's ever heard before, and no one probably will ever hear it. And it's amazing. And there's this song he wrote when he was 12 years old in 1970 called Can't You Hear the Rain? And it's so good. It's better than any tune I've ever written. And I was so obsessed with it that I decided to write a bunch of new music, and that made me write a bunch of new music. Anyway, that's the answer, I guess, really quickly. I can talk about it forever.
Is the music that you wrote for that what makes up this new upcoming Morgan and the Organ Donors record?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Separate.
But all the music I played for you now, like today, was new songs written during the pandemic, and it was inspired by my friends like Michael Hurley, and that stuff, like Strange, those tapes David Chamberlain gave me. DC, I should just call him DC. But he's in all these cool bands anyway. Very underrated, huge Olympia staple. Amazing human being. Anyway.
Well, James, we were talking the other day about some of your favorite stories that you've heard down through the years from people like Michael Hurley. And you told me, and I want to know what degree of this is true, Mike, that you once won a van at a sweepstakes at a grocery store and drove it to South America?
It was a Piggly Wiggly, right? Something like that. It was like a Piggly Wiggly grocery store or something. You should just tell the story.
I don't remember this. That's where I got my song from. I paint and design.
Yeah.
'Cause I met a sign painter down there.
And that was on his display?
He wanted to paint my van. He wanted to paint the conquistadors and who were dead in a gold mine with all their weapons and everything and the gold. And he showed me what he wanted to do on the side of my van, and I constantly refused. And he just kept showing up every night at my campfire, and it was his rapping that I made a song out of it.
And that's I painted design.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
But you were a sign painter too.
Yeah, and I've always got along with sign painters. In the professional field, for me it's arborists and sign painters. A lot of my friends are in those two professions.
Are there any sign painters in the audience? Oh, you're not going to make any friends here today.
Well, I know there's a cartoonist out here somewhere.
Yeah.
So, howdy. That's the dad.
My dad.
His dad's a cartoonist.
Yeah. I've read that you keep a steady journal. Is that still true?
Yeah.
And do you think that influences your cartooning or your songwriting very much?
Well, it just collects my thoughts,
Yeah.
So that can go into a song.
Something to draw from.
Or sometimes I make a little drawing too.
Look to go in the journal.
Yeah.
James, I don't want to leave you out of the loop here. I know we've got both of you have brand new records that have either just come out or are about to come out. I know James, yours is in a very different vein, but if we could kind of talk about some of your new records coming up. Michael, how did you get hooked up with this new group of people that play on your new album?
Well, it's spread far and wide.
Right. It's parts that are recorded kind of all over the place, right?
Yeah, and so they're from all over. And some of them are from Astoria.
Yeah.
And a lot of the recording happened in this Astoria, where I live now.
Right. And your new record, James, that's all Olympia local people, right?
Yeah. I've had a lot of rock and roll bands, I guess. But so there's this rock and roll band I'm in, and we recorded this record because in 2020 our drummer is in this band called Bikini Kill. They were gonna go tour or whatever, and that got canceled right away. We were all talking. We're like, oh, we should make a record or whatever, so we recorded all the basic tracks, and then we figured it out, and then the pandemic happened, and we couldn't mix it for almost 2 years. And then, we've all been straggling and everything, and then finally got it. I got the test press record 2 days ago. It's finally back, so it'll come out maybe in January or something. And I'm very excited about that. Got to give one of those to you, Mike, when you're here.
Well, James, speaking of your new record, and you were also talking about regional teenage bands, don't you have a cover on your new album too from another local group from?
Oh yeah. So our new record, the band is called Morgan and the Organ Donors, and Sarah is a singer in that, and we got this cool person, Olivia, playing bass, and they sing cool Everly Brothers kind of vocal harmony thing, but it's a garage record, it's like wild punk or whatever. And we got Toby on the drums and stuff. But we do 2 covers, and one of them is there's this wild garage band made out of 13-year-old kids from Wenatchee, Washington, from 1965 or 6, and they're called Billy and the Kids. They're 13-year-olds that play everything and write their own music, and it's still better than anything. It's incredible. The A side of this 145 is on those Back from the Grave comps, Tim Warren style, 84 compilations of wild garage. But the B side was never available to be heard, and I won't even get into it. But I was after that record for years, and when I finally got it, and I heard the B side, it's like a girl group song by 13-year-olds, and it's got the dumbest lyrics that are amazing. So we covered that, and then. Mike is friends with them too, but I was real good friends with this band called Dead Moon, and we cover a Dead Moon song or whatever on that too. The rest are weird original songs or whatever. I don't know, that kind of thing.
Mike, you have some you have some regular gigs too, so if people want to come see you, right? There's a couple places where they can do that.
Yeah, currently I do the first Friday of every month in Scappoose, Oregon, which is about 25 miles on Route 30 from Portland, Oregon. And it's on the first Friday of every month, starting around 7:30, 8, like a couple hours. And it's also streamed at the time.
Okay.
And so you don't have to go there. If you want to stream it, and you go to a Facebook, and then you go to the owner's name is Don Zerr, like Zerr. So you go to Don Zerr's Rosebud Cafe Facebook thing, and then you go to video, then it was the first Friday, and then see me and Dave Rice, the bass player, are playing there. And the outdoor staging, shelter
That's
like
a super
this.
old friend of yours, right?
Yeah,
Dave Rice. He played in a group called Holy Mole Rounders.
he did.
And he's a bass player for you?
Yep.
Well, we're going to give you a chance to play here, so if people have some questions, we can also maybe open things back up after your set, if that's all right. But if anyone has something right now that they want to come in with, that'd be great.
My question is, what meal would pair best with your newest album?
What was that again?
What was that?
What meal would pair best with your newest album? Like to eat and listen to?
It would be a 6-egg salmon omelet with a lot of spinach and cheddar cheese in it, and a carafe of IPA beer.
Hell yeah. What about you, James? What about you, James?
Oh, what about me?
Yeah.
I just usually listen to that album late at night while enjoying local beer, which is not fancy. I guess I could say Scherler Easy. I've definitely
done that. That's their bar.
It'd be a good one.
Usually drinking some Rainiers and 5 in the morning. I'm listening to his record, Beer, Wine, and Ale. Or that song, Lush Green Trees. That's one of my favorite tunes of his. That whole record rules. Oh my God, it's like mind blowing. If you haven't heard Time of the Foxgloves by Michael Hurley, that is like the greatest brand new record. It's like mind melting.
Thank you.
Well, that was a great question. Thank you so much for those questions. If there's a lot of interest in that, we can open that back up again afterwards. And without further ado, we're going to rearrange stuff a little bit here, and then we have Michael Hurley.
What are you going to rearrange?
We're just going to move this chair out of the way and take this mic down.
Knock 'em dead.
When the evening chores are over at our ranch house on the plain, all I have to do is lay around, saddle up my pony, ride on down the trail. Watch the evening sun go down. Riding down the canyon when the evening sun go down. A picture that northeast air could paint. Cactus flowers are blooming, sagebrush everywhere. I hear a coyote calling for his lane. Riding down the canyon to watch the sun go down. A picture that no artist could paint. White-faced cattle lowing, sagebrush everywhere. Granite spires are standing all around. I tell you folks, it's heaven. We'll be riding down the trail to watch the evening sun go down. When the evening chores are over at our ranch house on the plain, all I have to do is lay around, saddle up my pony and ride on down the trail to watch the evening sun go down. get my vehicle registration renewed in Vermont at the capital city of Montpelier. And you actually had to go up in person to the city hall. And there's a great queue there, probably about 40 people ahead of me. And it's no quick process. This was back in the 90s, I think. So that's, I had that kind of spare time where I could, let me figure out some lyrics from my floppy hot dog song. So it helped out. It helped out. I can't help myself. Gonna do what I'm going to do. Can't help myself. I'm gonna get you. I can't help myself, don't tell me not to think what I already done. Can't help myself. I'm gonna get drunk. Can't help myself. Gonna do what I'm thinking of. Can't help myself. Gonna fall in love. Sister Lou got the blues. She had to do what she was thinking of. Had to wiggle and wiggle. She gonna fall in love. Sister Lou got the blues. Had to do what she did before. Had to wiggle and wobble. Got kicked out the door. Can't help myself. I'm getting out on the old dance floor. Gonna wiggle and wobble. Bump your ass some more. Can't help myself, don't think of me a low-down weasel. Getting out on the old dance floor. I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna dance the measles. Can't help myself, I'm gonna do like I did before. Can't help myself, I'm gonna dance some more. Can't let me tell you like I told you before. Can't help myself. Ain't it gonna tell you no more. Sister Lou got the blues. Let me tell you what she told me last night. Sister Lou got the blues. She told me nothing, turns out right. Can't help myself, gonna do what I'm thinking of. Can't help myself, gonna dance, then I'm gonna fall in I don't want pork chops and bacon. That won't awaken my appetite inside. I want some frim sauce with the awesome thing, the fiber on the side. I don't want red ripe tomatoes, French fried potatoes. I'm never satisfied. I want the frim sauce with the awesome flavor and your fiber on the side. I don't want fish cakes and rye bread. You heard what I said. A waiter serve mine fried and bring the frim sauce with the awesome flavor and your fiber on the side. I don't want corn chips and microbrew. No, that would never do. Although I must confide, I'll take an IPA most any old day with my baby by my side. I don't want oysters and spaghetti. No, I ain't ready. Chase the evening tide. I want frim sauce with the awesome feel. Your father on the side. I don't want pancakes and jelly. Dining at the telly. Although I could abide a little bit of frim sauce with the oyster fade and your father on the side. Well, a fella got to eat, and a fella should eat right. 5 get you 10. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish cakes to rye bread. You heard what I said. Way to serve mine fried. I take the frim sauce with the oyster flavor. my food on the side. What's bugging you, baby? How come you hum like you do? Why must you raise a stone and keep your brew in a stew? What's bugging you, baby? You're mean and you're quick on the bit. Don't make way, gone, baby. Don't miss when you ought to hit. Every time I flex a dime, you start blowing your time. It must be because that's your way all over the line. What's bugging you, baby? Make with the scoop for the crew. Give out to your baby. Baby, baby, what's bugging you? What's bugging you, baby? How come you hum like you do? Why must you raise a stone and get your brew in a stew? Oh, thanks. Thanks for your time, folks. Your kind ears. Good to be here again, like I was last year. Hope to be back soon. Uno más. Oh, a little wishbone, I'll make a wish for a potato. Oh, a little wishbone, I'll make a wish for a potato. I'll make a wish for a potato. Up the popcorn ain't my fault, but I forgot the song. Popping up the popcorn ain't my fault, fish bones in my perch from Lake Champlain. Oh, those perch, oh, those bones. When we cook tortillas, so much fun when you got a bowl of beans. Cooking up tortillas, so much fun if you got a bowl of beans. So much fun. Got a bowl of beans. When we make spaghetti, everybody gathers round and made it by the pound. When we make spaghetti, everybody gathers round and made it by the pound. They all gather round, made it by the pound. We fill up our guts, then we turn it into then we get rid of it. We fill up our guts, then we turn it into then we get rid of it. Turn it into we get rid of it. Oh, I see the six-pack, I want one, would you bring it over here? Oh, I see the six-pack, I want one, would you bring it over here? I want one, bring it over here. A big sack of oysters, their molecules soon be working for me. A big sack of oysters, their molecules soon be working for me. Their molecules soon be working for me. We don't know what to do till we get an idea. I got this one here. We don't know what to do till we get an idea. I got this one here. Stuff in our faces on a regular basis. Oh, I see the dishes over there, how they fill me with despair. Oh, I see the dishes over there, how they fill me with despair. The dishes over there fill me with despair.
The greatest, Michael Hurley.
Thank you, Michael Hurley, and thank you, James. And thanks everyone for coming. And come back. I'll see you next Sunday. I'm playing here with my band Celebrity Telethon, and also in Lavender Country. So if you're a Lavender Country fan, come back next Sunday.